This isn't going to be a jaw-dropping secret that I'm bringing to light here. I'm sure many of you have noticed this, but I'm not the most limber. I'm actually quite stiff, more so than the Tin Man, I would argue. When I leave this chair and I navigate our world, walk around society, I move around like an 80-year-old geriatric man. My joints pop, my bones creak. God forbid if you ever hear me walking down the stairs, the noises I make are confusing and my body sounds like bubble wrap is popping as I'm moaning and groaning. It's pretty brutal. Yet despite all this, I made you a promise. And to some of you, it may even be perceived as a threat, because it's disturbing to watch me attempt this. But hullabaloo and howdy do, it doesn't matter, I'm still going for it anyway. I said I would become one of the world's best dancers. And now thanks to this music video, a lot of you are starting to see the fruits of my labor. You're witnessing Charles White Jr. operating at peak male efficiency here. Baby No Money had me in his newest music video for the song Lil Freak. I'm gonna go ahead and set the record straight. I had no hand in making that song. There's a lot of confusion around that, thinking that that was a collab song. It wasn't. That's entirely his masterpiece. He just wanted to make a fun music video together, and I went ballistic with my best forbidden jutsus. I used every single dance move in my bag of tricks. I recently had a dance instructor come out to teach me shuffling and other footwork maneuvers that I've been wanting to learn since I was a kid, and since then my thirst for knowledge and mastery of all of the major dancing disciplines has been overwhelming. I'm like Garo from One Punch Man, but instead of mimicking fighting techniques, I'm mimicking dance moves that most people have forgotten about and already wiped their ass with over 10 years ago. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun to break down some of my moves in this music video. As most of you know, I actually work on homebrew moves. I'm always theory crafting new dances, so the one that I've been really busting out recently is this one. This one. That's a pretty dangerous dance move. I had to take a seat right there. I don't know if it got picked up on the mic, but my knee popped in a big way, and it sent a shiver down my whole leg. But anyway, so yeah, that's a move that I've been working on, and it's called the Where's My Hug? Twitch chat actually named it. I think it's pretty fire. I look for some of the most rancid and revolting moves the human body is capable of, and right now that one's my cream of the crop. But aside from that, I have been using real dances, which is what you mainly saw in the Baby No Money music video. Except for this, the very first move I bust out, which I'm just calling the Exorcism. I don't think that one requires a tutorial. I think it's pretty self-explanatory just by eyeballing it, how you'd pull off that move. I don't know why you'd ever want to use that at a bar or club setting, but if you do break it out, just know someone's probably going to dial you an ambulance. This has become my signature move. It's my go-to for any bar or club setting with any song that's even remotely adjacent to house music. It's just your standard Running Man shuffling. The beauty of shuffling lies in its versatility. It's one of those things that you can always just bust out and it looks like you know what you're doing. Like if you're in a club setting, it works in so many different styles. You can glide around with it. You can even use it as like a combo starter and bust out a true combo, so go into like the Where's My Hug, and then you bust it back into shuffling. This is another one of my tried and trues. It's the Charleston, which is kind of just a variation of a shuffle. I'm not very clean with this one, but it still, again, looks like you know what you're doing. The Charleston is one of those techniques. It's like the Rasengan for shuffling that I just can't quite get super consistently. Like, I can kind of move with it, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like I'm about to dislocate my knee. Like, I feel like I'm about to bust my ACL, MCL, and BBL all at once. But I still like the way it looks, and I think it's really good as a stationary shuffle. If you just like keep swapping your feet back and forth like that, instead of gliding around like a normal shuffle or a T-step or something, using the Charleston and kind of staying in one place or going only forward and only back, I think looks pretty good. I probably don't even need to tell you what dance move that is from me there on top of the car. That's obviously the Cybergoths Under the Bridge. Inspired by this iconic classic, I've been teaching myself those moves, so there's definitely more than meets the eye to those moves. It's like an Autobot. They're kind of trickier than they look because they like get all over the place with like these spinny things, bring it together, bring their hands together. I like to get big with it because I think it looks cool. If you ever see me using those moves at a club, it means I'm on the verge of alcohol poisoning. This move you can only see for a split second here like a subliminal message. That's the Bernie. You can't go wrong with the Bernie. I'm sure all of you have seen this at some point if you've gone to like a college bar back in the day or something. You just drop it here, hit it with some of this. That one is just timeless. This whole sequence is diabolical and should win this music video an award. It starts with the Napoleon Dynamite, which I'm sure all of you can immediately recognize. It then goes into like the big exaggerated pelvic thrusts, and then it finishes off with another one of my creations. I'm the Frankenstein and this is my monster. This is another one of those awful dance moves I worked on and created. So that one is obviously called the crab. So you come in here and hit him with some of this. You get your hands moving, you get a nice wide stance, and it looks really abysmal. Absolutely abominable. That's one of those things that would have everyone around you concerned if you started using it, and that's why I think it's super cool. There's a couple other advanced maneuvers I break out in this music video, but there's no point in breaking those down because most human beings aren't capable of doing what my body does. But this one is another that I'm sure a lot of you recognize from back in the day. It's the T-step. So that's the one where you're like moving to the side. Usually it comes from like the end of a shuffle, so you're doing this, then you go into the T-step. Then you bring it back. So all of that kind of combos together. They work in tandem to form a nice symphony of awful dancing when I do it. But when good dancers do it, it looks really smooth. I'm still learning. This was a beautiful showcase of my immense dance power. I am still... I'm a toddler here, still learning to walk when it comes to these moves. So I've been doing a lot of stretches, been doing a lot of PT to make my body more limber so that way I can become the optimal dancer that I was destined to become. Oh, there's one more move I use in that music video, but you've all seen me do it a million times. It's the SpongeBob. It's the one that comes out here with the walking on the beach. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to break down some of these and let you all know that I am following through on my promise. I am legitimately trying to become a great dancer, and one day I'm sure I will be. So yeah. Music video was a lot of fun to film. Thanks to Baby No Money for letting me be a part of it. It was great fun. That's about it. See ya.